So today I will talk about 3 paranormal books that I've read recently. I wasn't super impressed by any of them, so I'm just going to do really quick reviews. Also, I have so many books. So let's start with Monster in My Closet by R.L. Naquin. Something? This book was written in 2012, and it's about Zoe, a 28-year-old untrained empath. Yay for slightly older heroines. Hurrah. On the outside, Zoe's not doing so bad. She has a cute house, she has a totally workable job, and she has a great friend and a monster in her closet, literally. When an incubus comes to town and starts draining all the people around her with her as his final focus, she's the only person who can stop it. But how? So the story follows Zoe as she comes to terms with her powers and how to use them, and also has a background of sort of revealing her past about her mother, who I guess was also an empath but passed away when she was younger. The supporting cast is actually pretty well fleshed out. It's filled with other people who have powers or proclivities, I guess, and also some supernatural creatures like the monster in her closet, who is adorable, by the way, and some other people she helps. The first half is a pretty easy and fun read, but at about the halfway mark it starts getting pretty dark. We have some abuse and rape because, after all, it is an incubus that's after her. But, I don't know, Zoe just gets so stupid. It's really difficult to understand how she can be so oblivious to things. But I can't really go into detail because I feel like it would spoil the plot. So, yes, it's a little too rough in the emotional sense, because it feels like a light read and the contrast is just a little too hard to take. But I did really enjoy the characters, and more especially the supporting characters, and I would like to read more. There is more in the series. I forget how many, maybe 2 or 3 more books. So I would be interested in looking into those later. I'm not in a rush, but if it happens, that's alright. The next book is Indexing by Seanan McGuire. I actually really like this cover, and I hope that it's showing up in the camera well enough. This one was originally a Kindle serial, put out I think towards the end of 2013, and the book was published in 2014. I do like Seanan McGuire mostly, but I have a hard time relating to her characters, and this book was no different. So this is yet another Fairy Tales Are Real novel, but with more sass, maybe too much sass, which I think also is typical of Seanan McGuire. This novel deals with the ATI Management Bureau, whose job it is to protect people from and keep them ignorant of the fairy tales that kind of operate in our world. The details that went into the world and how everything interacted, both the fairy tales with each other and how the fairy tales affected their protagonists, I guess, was interesting, and I really got to enjoy several of the characters. They weren't too flat. There were actually a couple who had quite a lot of background, and I actually felt a little bit invested in them. But I really didn't enjoy the main character, shocker, Henrietta Marchand. It was difficult not to be disgruntled all the time. Ultimately, I think this is an okay addition to this subgenre of fantasy, urban fantasy, but I wouldn't really recommend it to anyone when there are so many better choices. For one, Jasper Ford's Nursery Crime Division, which is a lot more fun and a lot easier to read, I think. And the third book is The Casquette Girls by Alys Arden. This one was done in 2013. This is a teen paranormal romance set in modern New Orleans after a major storm has pretty much ripped it apart. 16-year-old Adele Lemoyne and her father have come back to the city to try and sort of put their life back together. Along with the regular ups and downs of a teen novel, you know, like school, social life, oh my god, what do I wear to this party? Adele has to confront her family's past and save her city from a fate worse than what any storm could bring. The book itself was nothing special, though the Goodreads ratings pretty much defy me there. It had too many contrived plot points and too easy concessions, I thought. It's not a bad read if you're in the mood for an easy paranormal teen romance, but maybe there are better choices. But, you know, like I said, Goodreads has it at like a 4 point, I don't know, something, and lots of people seem to love it, so maybe you would too. I don't know, give it a try. If you liked any of these, I was, like I said, not impressed with any of these, so I'm really interested in hearing if you have any other opinions about them, why you liked them, if you have any recommendations for something similar but better.